You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Now this here is hard to swallow, but if you do, it's like hitting a lotto.
Don't act like you know me, motherfucker. Just because you know what my dick tastes like, don't mean you know me as a person.
But I don't
Ask
know.
Jackie's mom.
Nice.
I don't know what your dick tastes like, though.
I'll send her a Facebook message. Hey, Ma.
She's more
How's
familiar.
dick taste?
She's more familiar with face cock than Facebook.
Tee.
Lube up,
Lube up.
listen up,
Listen up and
Bring on.
the antibiotics.
It's time.
It's time for
What the fuck's the name of that show again?
How to do sweater?
What the hell does that even mean?
How do you feel about anal?
the program you are about to hear is long, thick, and hard to swallow. Consider yourself warned.
Holy shit.
Now, your host, J. Bidwell.
Thanks, Desi. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hard to Swallow. Why are you giggling already? The show that knows just how long it takes for a Vicodin to dissolve in vodka. Yeah. I'm your host, Jay motherfucking Bidwell. Today sitting here with Jax. How you doing, Jax?
I am well, thank you.
Why did I have to insert your name for you?
I don't know, because I didn't know who was going first.
I'm so nervous. I don't know how microphones work. And
I didn't know. I guess you were looking at me, so.
And Justin, what's up, little motherfucker?
Oh, not a whole lot. How you
Did
doing?
you get that anus thing cleared up?
Almost.
Almost.
It's still flaring up.
I see you gave it to Killian. He's got it on the back of his neck there. Thanks a lot for that.
It's usually your dog as toilet paper.
Gosh, fuck you.
We're coming at you live from the Hard to Swallow podcast studios right here in Walker, Michigan.
I don't want them to know where the fuck I am.
Well,
I
they
think-
do now.
I think you can actually Google Hard to Swallow podcast studio now, and it will pop up Walker, Michigan, like a map.
Want me to try it?
You should try it. While you're looking that up, just remember, everybody, we have a phone number, and it's an amazing phone number. 651-321-TWAT. Leave us your voicemails. Leave us your questions. We will play them and answer them on the program. We're also on Facebook, Twitter. Player FM is the newest mobile app that we are a part of, and it's fucking awesome. If you're not on there, download it, Android users. It will make your dick so fucking hard.
I hope so.
Musingsofageek.com and couchpotatonation.com. Anything exciting in your week this week? And I said exciting, so if you mention work or school, I will kill all of you.
I'm fucked.
Hard to Swallow Podcast Studio, Walker, Michigan.
Did it pop up?
Foursquare.
There's a fourth? Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then it says five visitors have checked in at Hard to Swallow Podcast Studios.
Ooh.
See photos, tips, similar places, and friends.
I am not one of them.
You could be.
I gotta check in.
You got to get Swarm now, or whatever the fuck it is, though, because it's not. I don't even use
I guess I
Foursquare
can
anymore.
view it. I don't know if it'll show a map. I can view it, and I'm sure it shows a map because you're on
Probably.
Foursquare.
Probably.
So I can view it in Chrome.
Isn't that exciting? Doesn't that make you wet?
Yeah. All over.
Justin goes, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Good thing there's a sheet over your chair.
Was that just for me?
Yeah, so was the deodorizer.
Oh, man. I thought I showered last week. Goddamn.
Nothing exciting in your week this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Halloween plans, anybody? Big Halloween
Work.
hullabaloo?
Halloween party.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
I went
Attaboy.
to a fun birthday party last night.
Oh, yes. You went to the birthday party, 40th, of a person who's actually been on the show before.
Yep, I sure did.
Tell us your experience.
Oh, I you know what? I wasn't there very long. But I walked in and he was shit faced. he was spinning tunes at his own birthday party. So he was.
Did he have a DJ, though, besides
No,
himself?
it was him.
Oh, God.
Lewis.
Well, when I walked in, there was another guy up there with him, but I don't know. But I
was just his lover.
went to the bar, bought us each a shot, walked over. There was a girl feeding him.
She's talking about DJ thigh pads for anybody
Yes, she
out there
is.
who does not know.
Sorry, I didn't know if I could mention that or not.
Of
But...
course, he's been on the show before.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think once you've been on the show, that's like you're done.
You're fair game.
You're fair game for sure.
But so he just kept telling me he loved me. I love you, Jackie. And then he says,
So long story short, you're having his love child? What's happening here?
no, it's pure, what the fuck, really?
I have heard stories where they accidentally penetrated that wall, and next thing you know, anal turns into triplets.
Ew.
Accidentally?
So, but he was hilarious because he was all fucked up telling me, he's like, I love you, Jackie. And then he's like, I heard something.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what did you hear? He's like, I heard I was drunk. I said, I think you heard right. The chick that was feeding
And then
him,
he passed the fuck out.
the chick that was feeding him wouldn't even let me give him the shot I bought him. She's like, no.
Possessive bitch, huh?
She just took it away from me and set it down on the stage. I said, well, if he's not going to do it, I am.
Single-handedly raised the liability insurance for the establishment.
Right.
He was at one of the halls again, wasn't
Yeah, over at Eastern.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves them fucking halls, man. New Year's Eve and his birthday, and
Yeah, hey. New Year's Eve. Are you going to do a show again this year?
I would love to do another show this New Year's Eve.
I'm hoping that I don't have to work all night long.
I think he said last year that they already planned on doing it again this year, and that we were invited. So
Nice.
I feel like as long as that's still standing, that we're still standing.
Well, if I have to work, the very latest I think I would have to work would be 11, so you better save me a spot.
But
in that
now's a great opportunity to go back and listen to last year's New Year's show.
Yeah,
I don't remember what episode it was, but it's back there. You know, look at the dates.
right. I listened to last year's New Year's Eve show.
Turned out pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
Eric did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Push Play Productions, everybody. Kalamazoo, if you need somebody to do your audio shit. You think I sound good? He sounds way better.
No way.
And in a room full of crowded, drunk people with music blasting. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah, no, it was really. Eric came out to breakfast with the guys that night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I guess we're going to go ahead and jump into some hard-to-swallow entertainment news.
Okay.
Hard-to-swallow entertainment news. Give me a rock anthem for it.
A rock anthem.
Say that like, hard-to-swallow entertainment news.
You just did.
No, I want you one from you, and I want one from you. Go.
Go right ahead. You go first.
Hard to swallow entertainment news!
Yeah, see, he put his own twang on it. See, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
I don't do that.
Do it.
Hard... No.
Do it. Hard to swallow entertainment news.
There you go. See?
Do it, bitch.
No.
I got a knife to her throat. Happy Halloween, you fucker.
Don't bleed on the carpet.
I'll do it like the commercial guy. Here's some hard to swallow entertainment news.
And I'll put in the news beat. Frank Severo, best known for playing mobsters in The Godfather Part 2 and Goodfellas, is suing Fox Television Studios for 250 million bazongas. That means dollars in my world. Alleging that Louis, one of the Wise Guys mafia characters from The Simpsons, infringes on his likeness. Now, this is the part that blows me away. Louis made his debut appearance during the Season 3 episode, Bart the Murderer, which originally aired October 10th, 1991.
Really?
And motherfuckers like, hey, I'm ready to sue. Like,
right?
See?
20 years later.
23 years later.
Severo alleges that the character's similarity violates California's publicity rights law, and that by misappropriating the idea, the defendants have diluted the value. There's a lot of stupid big words in here that he's trying to sound cool about. Diluted the value of the character created by the plaintiff and contributed to the typecasting of the plaintiff. The Hollywood Reporter specifies the actor is seeking $50 million in damages related to loss of the likeness, an additional $100 million in improper interference, $50 million for taking his confidential idea, and another $50 million in exemplary damages over the idea, in addition to injunctive relief and attorney fees.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you for real?
First off, who the fuck comes up with these numbers?
Right.
Because
So his
I
lawyer.
need $50 million for this, and $50 million for this, and $100 million for this. If it was anything but The Simpsons, those numbers would not be that high.
Absolutely not.
2, way to be time lead, bro. 1991. This character has appeared in something like 16 episodes over the last 23 years, and now he's pissed. Like, now. Was he just waiting? Like, I'm going to wait until they're just...
Until I'm old and fucking decrepit. I mean, come on. The guy was seriously... He's got to be old.
This guy's
Seriously.
about to be super pissed when he finds out that OJ got off, because that's how far behind this motherfucker is. And the funniest part to me was that he claims The Simpsons caused him to be typecast. This motherfucker was in The Godfather 2 and Goodfellas. Don't you think this dipshit typecast himself?
Right?
I'm an Italian mafia man. I'm going to be in all the mafia movies. Hey. Me and Ray are going to be best friends. That's an old story, too.
God.
Go back and listen to the one about the mafia man.
I don't know that I was on that one.
I told that story moons ago. So if
Did I?
There's one episode of Hard to Swallow where I mention telling a mafia story. Go find that one. That's what I'm referring to.
Okay. I don't know if was I here for that one?
I do not recall. I don't remember yesterday. So
okay.
Let's not worry that far back.
All right. I saw him the other day. Mafia man.
Why do you suppose this guy didn't speak sooner? Was he a little yellow bellied? Oh, because their Simpsons are yellow.
Okay.
Why the fuck would you wait this long?
He's probably old and fucking broke.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why wasn't I in The Godfather 3?
He was watching watching a lot of Hulu Plus. That's what it's got to be. He just saw it and he was like, this has got to be recent. I'm going to sue their fucking ass.
That's true. It's like the show's been on something like 26 years. Who in this world, even if you don't like The Simpsons, I feel like everybody's seen it. Right?
Yes. Do I know who Louie is? No.
No. There's Fat Tony. Actually, Fat Tony is the character on my wall right here, the bottom one.
He's got a
and
permanent
Louie
place
is
in your
one
house.
of his mafia guys.
Okay. All right. And you could seriously. I'm sorry. The whole thing is just ludicrous.
I thought so too. Those numbers like blew me away. Like 50 million for this. He's like, I stubbed my toe. That's another 60 million. What? Wait, I'm sorry. What? How are you gonna blame them for typecasting you when you said yes to yes? I would like to be in your mafia movies. Thank you.
Right?
That's just fucking stupid. It'd be fucking Tony Soprano climbing out of the grave and being like, I'm suing you fuckers.
Right. Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Although Marlon Brando has been in more than just mafia movies, I suppose.
He was Jor-El.
Yeah. For a hot minute.
Yeah.
Made some fucking $1 billion for it.
He was in a movie about a guy that couldn't be exposed to sunlight. I can't think of the name of it. It was really weird.
Bubble
but
Boy or something.
He was
Powder?
like he was like in like a tent almost through the whole movie and covered like with mesh. It was I don't remember the name of it.
Renee Zellweger, 45, displayed an astonishingly different look at Elle's 21st annual Women in Hollywood Awards. You saw this?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to her face?
She was trying to look her age, apparently.
Now, I, for one, never thought she was attracted to begin with.
Right.
But something happened here.
A really,
'Cause
really
that is
bad
not-
Botox job. I don't know.
A leopard can't change its spots, but apparently an aging actress can change her entire head. How does that work?
I don't know.
Money goes a long way in Hollywood.
Well, look at who else was it that did that? Jennifer Grey.
Is
When
she fucked
she
up
had
now?
that nose job, and she doesn't even look like. You know what I mean?
That's the Dirty Dancing bitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Isn't that you like how I phrase things?
Yeah.
That Dirty
She's-
Dancing bitch.
Well, she
She
got that
danced with
nose
the
job,
dead
and
guy.
she just looked 100% different too. It was really weird. But this is a major transformation.
You think
here.
that's even her? Is she trying to pull some shit? Is she?
She's got to be.
I couldn't find a double, so I'm going with you.
She looks like she wants to look like Reese Witherspoon.
No, she looks like she was beat about the face with Bridget Jones's Diary. That's what she looks like. I don't know who that woman is, but that is certainly not the woman I've ever seen on film before.
No.
But she came out and talked to like people and was like, I'm happier and healthier. And I'm like, I don't know that you are.
She goes from looking 25 to fucking 50. How do you do that? Like, how are you happier doing that?
I don't know. Maybe
Fuck.
she didn't want to be recognized in public, man. Maybe she's...
Maybe.
It worked. Until she showed up at this award show, apparently.
Right?
Somebody could have ran into her the day before and would not have said a fucking word.
Right.
Sorry, miss. Didn't mean to bump into you. She's like, I'm Renee Zellweger. You're like, no, you're not. Fuck you. And the last entertainment news story of the week. This is something only horror fans like myself are going to appreciate.
You are a horror fan.
Reports are saying that the infamous ghost face mask, that mask above you there,
From the Scream movies?
from Scream,
Yeah.
is not going to appear in the new pilot being produced by MTV for the Scream television show.
What the fuck?
Now, if you are a horror fan, to me, Ghostface is Scream.
Yeah. Kind of a
That should've
no-brainer.
worked.
Maybe. Maybe it's getting a facelift. It's going to look like Renee Zellweger.
That would be more terrifying, actually, I think. Wow.
Maybe that's why Renee Zellweger had the work done. she's
gonna be in the Scream television
Ghostface.
Wow. Damn, you are pissy today. Your claws came out on that one. Holy
All right.
shit. If you know how television shows work, you produce a pilot episode. That's what you sell to networks. So could it be they're just leaving it out of the pilot because they don't need to see the mask in the first episode, so why pay the extra money? If this show goes to a full season, we damn well better see Ghostface.
Well,
Or
yeah.
you're going to piss off every fucking horror fan since 1994, I think the first one came out. Fuck that. Maybe
Was it
96. I think it was 96. 96, 98, 2000, and then 2012 or something.
Okay. You're
Fuck.
the movie buff, not me.
A different company owns the mask than owns the films, which is weird. But that's the way it worked out, because they literally plucked a mask off of a Halloween store shelf to use in the film, and then later on had to go back and buy the rights to use it
No shit.
after they had shot scenes for the film.
So that was just a random mask at a store.
Yeah. So I think it's called Fun World. Is the company that owns that mask, the guy who designed it. So basically they shot the movie, scenes from the movie with that mask, and then loved it so much, they were like, hey, can we
Right.
use this? And he's
Well,
like,
it is kind of
"Fuck
cool."
yeah." So
should
we'll see, horror fans. Now what we're going to do is we're going to toss to an interview that I did today with your buddy.
My buddy.
I went down to the Haunt and I interviewed Jim
Jim
Burns.
Oh, you did?
The man who brought us West Michigan's premier haunted attraction, The Haunt.
When did you go there?
I went there about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, did you tell him you knew me?
I told him that when I met him about a week ago.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Very great chat. Great dude. Make sure if you're in the Grand Rapids area, go check out The Haunt. Have you been?
Yeah. We used to make it an annual girls' night out.
Have you
I
been
didn't go
year?
this year.
Oh, you should. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaky. Are you into haunted shit like that?
I've never made it a girls' night out.
It just runs on the weekends, all right?
I
Oh,
believe
maybe
right
no.
now-
This week it's probably every night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's-
because usually the week before Halloween he does
every
it.
night but tomorrow, I believe he said.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Monday night.
Hey, skip out of work early Wednesday. Let's go.
Well, I went a few weekends ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Who'd you go with?
My buddy David was in town and his lady friend.
Oh, did you like it?
I did enjoy it.
Yeah?
It's very cool. I even jumped once. I told him that. They
Yeah.
got me one goddamn time, those fuckers.
Did they? We went a couple years ago and they singled out my friend Becky.
Poor Becky.
Well, then, and you know what? No, these guys will go like to the next person and go, "Hey, the girl with the glow necklace, her name is Becky." You know, and it was pick. They tell each other this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we went to a different place, they're like, "How you doing, Becky?" And she was just getting all kinds of freaked out. And 2 years ago, we went and they have that one room that's all the white shit hanging from the
Well,
ceiling.
they change every year.
Okay, well, they had a room that was just nothing but strips of white hanging from the ceiling and black lights, and you had to try to find your way out of this room. And that freaked me out because I got lost, and I could not find an exit out of this room. I got my boss's daughter hanging on to me for dear life because she's like 21. But she's just like clenched on me for her dear life because she's all freaking out because we can't find our way out of this room. And then they randomly have people in ghost suits come by and like peek at you and stuff, and then you get to try to follow where they're going.
See? That's why you got to go visit the Haunt.
Right.
Gotta knock
Yeah,
those
it
guys
was
the
laughing.
fuck out.
You left the white room with brown pants, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we return, we're going to take to Twitter for some TwInterview questions. Give me a TwInterview!
TwInterview!
That one she can do. Now she's into it. Now
I
she
can't
feels
do
it.
I can't do the whole rock star singing thing.
And after that, we're gonna dive into some dream analysis.
Okay.
Oh shit, son.
But for now, meet Jim Burns. Hey everybody, Jay Bidwell here, coming at you live from West Michigan's premier haunted attraction, The Haunt, located at 2070 Waldorf Northwest, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 49544. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got it right.
Good. And I'm sitting here today with the man who I believe started it all, correct?
That's correct. Opened up in 2001.
Jim Burns. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. A little tired. We're on the home stretch here, so we're getting a little tired, but
You
hanging in
opened
there.
through November 1st, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So I guess question number one is probably what the hell is wrong with you to be doing something like this to terrify so many, right?
Well, this started, it goes many years back. I was 11 years old, and my father put 7 of us from 7th grade into a big old Ford
It
LTD
always starts in
station
childhood,
wagon.
don't it?
It is a childhood thing. I was damaged way back when. We had a haunted house south of town, so we took the journey down about 25 miles, and back then there weren't many street lights. It's all developed now, so it felt like forever.
Right.
And we went through this old mansion on the side of the road, which was one of the earlier haunted attractions. And when I got to the other side, I looked around and I said, wow, that was a great experience. I want to open a haunted house someday. And
You
it
had that
stuck.
thought at 11?
At 11 years old, I was
Wow.
determined to do this. And so I held on to it for 26 years. Started visiting other attractions as I got a little bit older, subscribing to journals and magazines that started to come out. The industry itself was in its infancy at that point in time. And then, of course, when the internet started coming along, you could get connected with the rest of the attractions.
Right.
So, yeah, after some other business ventures, 2001, I ended up launching The Haunt.
So you're probably like me then. As a child, you were probably into horror films?
Actually, it's kind of a funny thing around here. I don't like haunted houses, and I don't watch horror films.
What?
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of a long-standing funny, I guess, around here is the Haunt's been open for, this is our 14th season, and I've only walked through 5 times when it's live with actors.
So you actually get scared in your own attraction, even knowing full well what's inside.
I know exactly what's going on because I do most of the designing, but that whole startle effect still gets me.
So anything from your childhood that particularly creeped you out that has made its way into the halls of the Haunt?
Oh, boy, how long is this podcast?
As long as you need it to be.
Actually, no, it's nothing from childhood per se, other than the influence of the adrenaline rush and watching the people around me getting scared,
Right.
and found the entertainment value in that. I try to look around when we're designing the Haunt. I try to look around and be observant to what people are afraid of, things that are happening in the world. But it's a fine line because we want to go for high scare and low gore. And I started that back in 2001. So our goal is to create a sense of realism.
Right.
So our sets are over the top. Our actors get trained well.
Right.
We have good masks, good makeup jobs. Costumes are done well.
Yeah, you got some creepy bastards out there, I must say.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Yeah. Some of them, it comes natural to them. So.
Actually, I was amazed yesterday. It had to be somebody coming here. I was driving down the highway, and I passed this truck, and there's somebody in full-on makeup with the big top hat pulling off this exit. I was like, oh, that's got to be one of their actors. And it was right about, 5 to 5.
Yeah, that probably would have been one of them showing up here, no question
But you
about
could just
it.
tell, they were in character in the car coming to work.
Yeah,
That's
imagine-
dedication.
If you caught there, I imagine the rest of the people on the highway.
Oh, yeah. And I knew where they were going.
Right,
Anybody
right.
who didn't was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, call 911.
Yeah, what's happening?
So getting back to what we do here is, I don't like to make religious innuendos. We don't use much gore, a lot of graphic. A lot of haunts are going down that road. My philosophy is that your brain, your mind, is far more dangerous to you than I could ever be. So we give you just enough, and then every individual kind of perceives it or takes it a different way.
I love that take because in horror movies, to me, it's always been what you don't see that's scary.
Less is more.
The implied.
Less is more, because your brain might interpret it one way,
Yeah.
where whoever went through the haunt with you might see it a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
So what affects you may not affect the next person, but you go into the next room,
Right.
and that might be reversed. So that's a philosophy I think that has kept us successful and has also attracted a very broad range of an audience.
You're not going to see the chick from The Exorcist in the haunt masturbating with the crucifix.
Not a chance.
Whereas
not a chance.
some events will take that scene and they will throw it in there.
Well, more and more are going down that road, and I think it's sad for the industry. However, I have to respect that that's what they do.
Right.
Okay? They have their choice,
There
freedom
must
of
be
speech.
a want
and
somewhere for
there
it.
is some type of want. I don't know what their attendances are, but, we can boast 28 to 30,000 people consistently for 14 years. And so whatever we're doing is
And that's
working.
impressive as hell, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's
It's
really-
working well.
Yeah.
A good Saturday night will see over 3,000 people.
Man.
And we're open 7 to 11. That's 4 hours. So it's some serious volume. It puts us in the top 3% of all haunted houses in the country for volume. Anything bigger than us as far as attendance goes would be like your Cedar Points and Hollow Weekends and Universal Studios, which obviously we're not going to compete with them from attendance standpoint. But I will say that our sets and our designs can match what they do.
And I haven't been in this area for 14 years. So this was kind of the first year that I discovered it and came out. When I was a kid, we'd go to the ones in Muskegon. That's where I was from. But I understand that your theme changes every year.
It does. That's the big thing about it is, we used to do one storyline through the haunt. Originally, when we first started back in the years, we tried to carry this story from the beginning to the end. And I found after a few years that wasn't working for us. The average person wasn't recognizing the theme, nor were they remembering it. They get inside and your emotions are all stirred, your
Right.
senses are getting hit from every angle and every direction, and a storyline means nothing. So what we've done now is we like to mix it up. So when you go through the main attraction of the haunt, at 20,000 square feet, you'll walk through 4, 5, or 6 different individual themes. Now, they don't make sense going from a forest into a underground sewer, but it doesn't have to make sense.
Keeps you on your feet, though.
It keeps you on your feet, and it offers a far greater value of entertainment and potential scares because the diversity of the themes will appeal to more people.
Have you looked into securing rights for any of these franchises? Have you ever been roped into that idea of maybe a Friday the 13th or a Nightmare? Or is that just not something you're interested in?
No, I don't go down the road of the movie things. That's, I don't know.
Kind of overdone?
Well, I think so. You can walk into any store right now during the Halloween season and buy any one of those masks or licensed characters. So we try to be a little bit more unique. So very seldom will you see a mask that is purchased at a local big box store in our attraction. We try to create things that are not used. Not saying we make all of our own masks. Our makeup is usually original. But some of the masks that we'll do is we'll buy 3 or 4 different masks, latex-based masks from other companies, and we'll splice them together, maybe pour a mold off from that, and then it's completely unique to us. So
nice.
I don't want somebody walking in and going, hey, I got that same mask.
Right.
That kind of takes a little fun out of it.
Well, that's all it takes a little bit is that little tweak, too. Halloween fans. Michael Myers' mask, you know what that was originally?
What's his name from
William
Star Trek?
Shatner.
William Shatner.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
a
yes.
William Shatner mask.
Exactly.
They cut the eyes out, painted it white, and moved on with their day.
Exactly.
But everyone knows that mask. It's iconic.
Yes, it is.
How long does your switchover take each year when you're changing your sets?
We'll start right after November. So we close on November 1st, which is a Saturday. We'll spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday prepping the building. In other words, all the things that are outside have to come inside and clean out the fog machines and the stereo equipment, et cetera, et cetera. But within that next week to 10 days, we're already starting to sketch. I got plans sitting right here on my desk that we're already starting to make notes on for next year. So
I'll try to sneak a copy out, folks.
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a shot. By Thanksgiving, you could walk in here and you'll see major parts already tore down into piles and getting ready to rebuild.
How big of a team do you employ? Because I noticed there's a lot of people and a lot of working parts to this when I was here.
Well, being that we're a 12-month prep business or 11-month prep business and 1 month open, we can work backwards. So in the month that we're open, it's anywhere from 150 to 170 people on staff on the nights we're open. You get into September and August, again going backwards, that's when the casting directors start to come into play and the makeup artists and the costume directors, they all start to come into the picture a little bit. Back it up into the summer months, you have your faux finishers that'll come in and after the main build gets done, they come in and they do the artwork for a couple months. And then during the winter months, it's pretty much just my set designer and myself and a couple extra hands, maybe a couple days a week to help load the truck up, load the trailers up, haul some stuff out, take some things to the recycle dump, et cetera, et cetera.
And I told you this when I met you, but the listeners haven't heard it. I'm telling you, these sets in here are incredible. I've been on film sets that did not look that professional.
We take a lot of pride in that.
I
There's
can
no
tell.
question about it. And sometimes, from an artist standpoint, we may spend too much time on it. because we work under normal light conditions.
And then
In
you
other
turn
words,
it down and you're like, shit, I can't see
you
anything
can't see
that
it
I spent
anyways.
3 days on. Yeah.
Right. So it's a constant learning process. You know, we have to remind ourselves when we're out there working. Sometimes we have to go over, turn the light switch off, put a small LED on it and say, is that good enough or not? But it's a pride thing. You know, it makes for great photos. There's no question about that. You can't fake that when you put it on the website. But we have to find a little better balance. And again, it's a learning process. Sometimes we spend a little too much time on the set design, and then we find ourselves getting close to the end of the season, and we're like, wow, we haven't even touched costumes and masks. We better hurry up on that.
Well,
so,
you know, really, though, you found a way to even make the wait entertaining.
yeah, well, we do, yes.
You know, you have a whole waiting arena, basically, and it's gorgeous to look at. Every nook and cranny's covered in something, and there's dance numbers. You have live entertainment in the line. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's actually something I picked up from Salt Lake City. I went out there back in 1999 to a very popular attraction. To this day, this lady kind of holds the record of the Queen of Haunts. She did that queue line entertainment, and because she had mass numbers. So we decided we wanted to take that and bring it to Grand Rapids, which has never been done. So it was completely over the top, never been seen before on average, unless you were a haunted house buff,
right,
catching it on the news or something. But yeah, there was one year, 2004, that I took the dancers out, and I caught all kinds
people
of crap.
Bitched up a storm?
Oh my God, it was unbelievable. it was. So I learned that is an actual very important. So the queue line, you know, you're standing inside. That's the anticipation. That's when things start to build. So the sets have got to be full. It isn't about black walls and hanging some camo. It's make them look like they're no longer in a warehouse. You've entered our world, and we're going to take control of your mind. The dance thing isn't scary, but it's over the top and it's cool.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun as hell, yeah.
And it kills a few minutes. It kind of makes it adds some great value for the dollar that you spend to come in here.
Yep.
And this year, you know, we're taking it to another level. With technology, we have the ability to hook up these little computer-generated boxes. I don't even know what they are. They're over my head. But, you know, the dancers push a button behind the stage and everything goes. It triggers lights, fog, sound, lasers. So I'm trying to build that show up even more.
So the dance number changes every year, too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that
Holy
completely
cow.
changes. We changed the whole set that they dance from or out of. The lighting show, we keep adding more technology to it. And then the choreographer changes up the music and the dance routine.
So someone who's never been to the haunt, what would be your elevator pitch? You have just enough time, one floor in an elevator. How would you sell them?
Oh, that's a good one. You got me tongue-tied on that because I'm really not that quick with it. People ask me all the time what it's about, and I try to give them a little explanation.
Right.
I don't have one line. What I can say is that everybody should try it at least once.
Right, absolutely.
It's a cool experience. Even if you're not a horror fan, you may appreciate the art. Even if you have a stone heart like I tend to, I even jumped once. There you go.
My big ass even jumped once.
It gotcha, huh?
Got me one time.
That's good. That's good. But
I was amazed the entire time, but this one mother,
he got you good, huh?
Good.
Did he? Good.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you know, here's what it is. We realize that we can't scare everybody in every scare and every around every corner, but you can leave entertained. Okay? You have an appreciation for what we do here, the magnitude of this show that all comes together and works. And maybe you're with some people who are jumping out of their skin and wetting their pants, and you're looking at that going, that's funny as hell right there.
Exactly. Sometimes the other people's experiences are your greatest experience.
Exactly.
We had, in front of us and behind us, we had like a couple teens on dates.
Oh, yeah.
Priceless.
Oh,
priceless watching the dude more scared than the chick.
Oh, yeah. And then they walk out the other end, and I'm like, hey, how was it? And they're like, that wasn't scary at all. And I'll say,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, well, we got you on camera.
You got,
And their eyes get about this big. They're like, what? Okay, maybe I was a little bit scared.
You got a little shit on the back of your pants.
Yeah.
You should probably do that. Hook some cameras up and then sell the videos.
We have cameras throughout, and we're recording. We've got 32 cameras throughout in there, and we used to, last year, actually post like a scare of the day type of thing, and we'd capture some of our best scares. I had a different guy who was doing my tech stuff. I'm clueless to this thing.
Okay.
Just kind of slipped by me. But, yeah,
That'd be
there
fun,
are some very funny reactions of people.
Because I could be lying to you right now. What if I was like, I only jumped once? And you're like, oh, yeah, look at this. Bada bing, bada boom.
Well, when I don't have that much to do in December, I'm going to look back for your ass on there and see. And then I'll post it on you.
You're open through November 1st, so people can still have time to come through.
Yes, plenty of time yet.
And most importantly, of course, we got to tell them where they can find tickets or how to acquire tickets.
Absolutely. Well, we sell tickets here every day that the box office is open. On the nights that we're open. So at 6:30 in the evening, you can walk up and you can purchase your ticket. If you're not one for standing in that line, you've got the option to go to our website, the-haunt.com. Very simple. Just remember to put the little hyphen in there, the-haunt.com, and you can order your tickets online. You'll get a ping back with a confirmation, walk up to the will call box office window, exchange that for your tickets, and you're in.
I Googled it, too, and it was the first thing that popped up for me. So
Well, that's a good sign.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Good to hear that. I don't search for it very often, so it's nice to know.
Don't lie.
You
Google that shit every day.
No, I just Google myself, that's all.
I'm not number one.
Right.
Thanks for talking to me today, Jim.
Absolutely.
Everybody make sure you check it out because it is awesome. They do put a lot of work into this, and it is definitely worth your while. 2070 Waldorf Northwest, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 49544, because it's a GPS age, and they're going to put that in anyway.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep, you got it.
boom. Easy to find, so freaking fun. Bring the kids. You might want to bring a diaper or two extra.
Or it depends if you're one of those adults.
Ooh, that'd be kinky.
Yeah, right?
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, thanks for having me out.
Hey, Dez.
Yo.
Now that we're no longer including Will in any of our promos, have you heard about the Musings of a Geek podcast network?
No, actually, I haven't. What's that?
It is a podcast network, which is a collection of podcasts.
What's a podcast?
A podcast is like a radio show on the internet. It's incredible. We've got tons of them. At musingsofageek.com, you can listen to 16 or 17 or 20 podcasts. It's amazing. We've got ours, the Musings of a Geek, Pilots, the Arkham Social Hour, which Des is the host of, the History of Bad Ideas, Best of the Worst Movie podcast, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, Graphic Novice, Sweating the Small Stuff, Who the What Now, The Q from Hell, 40 Going on 14, Jerk Zeus Radio, Hard to Swallow, Culture Babble, How Is This Movie, and Media Feed. 2 new ones. It's added today.
What about the ones we're adding tomorrow?
I don't know yet. If you like what you hear on the Musings of a Geek podcast network, go ahead and shoot us an email. If you want to join the Musings of a Geek network, go ahead and jump on musingsofageek.com. Definitely listen to the podcast. Check us all out. We're all there. And as always, stay geeky, my friends.
And we're back, everybody. Woo!
Woohoo!
All right, put your dicks away, Jax.
Tee.
Tee, because you're a woman. You don't actually
Right.
have it.
I didn't get that.
Did you catch that one? Or?
I didn't
No.
catch it.
Whoop-dee.
That humor went over my head.
I want to throw out a quick reminder, if you are, again, in the Grand Rapids area, November 1st, I believe the party starts at 8 o'clock. I will be working at the Bob.
You will.
The Bob Halloween party. I'm going to be a zombie.
Are you really?
Yes.
Nice.
Come see my
That's-
horrific acting talents.
Saturday?
It's a Saturday, November
This coming
1st.
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yep. Day after Halloween. I will be there zombed out.
All right. I actually heard the commercial for that the other day, and I thought of you.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were doing that.
I am.
So I was like, Jay should go do that.
I got to do my own makeup, though, so if anybody has any good zombie tips, let me know.
Okay.
Just
And
watch
I should
Walking
go down
Dead.
to see Jim Burns at the Haunt and ask him to have one of their makeup people hook me up.
Right? You should.
I really should. Please, sir, may I have some makeup?
I need some more.
Now, from an interview to our TwInterview. TwInterview!
TwInterview! TwInterview!
Yeah, that was good. I like that. That one really made me wet.
Yeah,
Every now and then I like to take to my Twitter account and ask my followers a little bit about themselves. Today's question that I pose to them and as well posing to you. What 90s sitcom or television show do you wish would return to television?
90s?
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
Of course.
What?
Dragon Ball Z.
You're a Dragon Ball queer. She's like, oh, God, I don't want to give that answer.
I don't know.
All right. Well, while you're thinking,
Okay.
No Totally at No Totally said, there's so many, but I think that John Katz, Dr. Katz, would be fun in the current comedy renaissance. Do you remember that show?
No.
I've never heard of
you remember
it.
Dr. Katz?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it was like I believe it was on Comedy Central. Is when I always saw it, late night Comedy Central, and he was like a therapist.
Okay.
And it was this like quirky animated thing. It was real subtle, had that really wavy animation that kind of made you nauseous after 14 episodes in a row. That's a good answer though. At Aaron May, AIREN_MAYE says, was Cheers in the 90s?
I was thinking Cheers, actually.
Yeah, I looked it up. It ran until 93, so I'm going to count it. That show ran from 82 to 93. That's a long-ass run.
Holy shit.
Did you watch Cheers?
Yes.
I wasn't even alive when that show started.
Yes, you were.
How does that? 82? I was. Not.
Oh, when it started. You're right. I'm Googling 90s sitcoms to see if anybody jump out at me.
Really?
Yes.
Our buddy Neil C. from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, he's at AngelsFreak7 on Twitter, says The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Good choice.
I don't know if it were to come back with new episodes, like what the fuck would they do?
Well, Uncle Phil's dead.
Uncle
so.
Phil is dead. What?
Well, the number one on the list is Seinfeld.
Is that what? Do you like Seinfeld?
Well, that's on this list of the ones I looked up. The top 30. Hold on, I'll tell you.
She's like, I'm gonna scroll through fucking Google search and just see what.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. There's like some really good ones on here.
You know what my pick would be? Married with Children.
That just scrolled up on my thing.
Fucking Married with Children would be absolutely my pick. Because...
Is that with Ed O'Neill or is that a different show? Okay.
No, Ed O'Neill, Christina Applegate, Katie Seagal, David Faustino. You could easily pluck those characters out of now and throw them back on screen. Not like the kids ever even moved out of the fucking house. They all live together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could cut now to Al and Peg just still hating their lives. Christina Applegate is my one true love. I just got real
Christina
creepy.
Applegate?
Oh, yeah. I've had a boner for her since before I knew what a boner was.
Damn.
That's nice. Coach. Coach was a great show.
Coach was a moderately good show.
I liked Coach.
If you watch the last couple seasons, it's a horrible show.
Okay, maybe the last couple seasons.
Not good. I tried to watch one of the last episodes on Netflix, and it was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen.
Okay, I think I found the one I think I would like to see maybe.
What?
Wings.
Okay. Yeah,
I loved
can
that
see Wings.
show.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
That's got Tony
I was
Shalhoub.
also- yeah.
Tony Shalhoub in it. He plays that cab driver.
He's pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah.
I didn't like Monk so much, but he's pretty funny otherwise.
Monk is kind of a weird show.
Yeah. I was also thinking News Radio.
News Radio was one of the ones I just saw.
But, even that last season without Phil Hartman, it was pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would want to see it again without him.
What about the nanny?
Nope. No, I don't want to see the nanny. I'm lucky in that I have not heard that bitch's voice in so long that I forgot what she sounds like. So that was my nanny impression.
Okay.
I got a response from a real porn star. Cassandra Cruz, at the Cassandra XXX on Twitter. What do you suppose her answer was?
No idea.
Oh, wait. Let me think about this. Everybody loves Raymond.
You fucking kidding me? Everybody fucks Raymond. No. She said Frasier or Seinfeld.
Frasier's a good show.
Frasier was a good show.
So we had Frasier and Cheers, which means there's a lot of Kelsey Grammer fans out there.
Yeah.
Among 4 people, we mentioned Cheers and Frasier. That's pretty impressive. But she said Seinfeld already had a good finale. So.
Yeah. The Wonder Years is on here, too.
That's a
Was
good
that
show.
90s?
Well, it's like 80s and 90s.
I got 90s.
Yeah.
I Googled 90s sitcoms.
It started
Wonder
like
Years would be. Hey, if they can
late
bring back
80s.
fucking Boy Meets World, they can bring back Wonder Years.
Oh, hell yeah.
With his fucking kids doing the narration and
Right.
shit.
That was a great... I loved that show.
I'm sure Daniel Stern needs something to do. Dilbert didn't last very long, so. All right, you ready for the game, kiddies? We're going to play a game of high or low. Now, you've played this with me before.
Yes, sir. I got like 2 out of the 3, so I can't go wrong.
There you go, it's true. What?
Doogie Howser.
Fuck Doogie Howser.
And PH is a god.
Cock smoking doctor boy. That's what he goes by now, right?
I hope so.
I'm that doctor boy who smokes penis.
All right. I'm done.
All right. High or low?
High or low?
High or low?
Wow, that was. Please do that one again.
No.
That was high and high.
That was like the Peter Brady.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, man. God damn.
One more time.
No.
High or low? High or low? Don't worry, your voice will
Do you
change
remember that
someday.
episode of the Brady Bunch?
Fuck you. God damn.
He looks more like Jan, though. But he throws like Cindy. So, what I have for you is a series of misfacts. I'm going to read to you one of these misfacts. Your job is to tell me whether the actual number involved with this real fact is higher or lower than the one given. If you are correct, you will choose myself or the other person in the room and give us something to tweet. Something usually, maybe embarrassing. If you really want to be boring and try to promote something, then you can do that too. But the main goal is to, I don't think you would like to tweet this, so I'm going to have him tweet this. Got it? Now, if you get it wrong, there's a popcorn bucket in front of you. Do you both see the popcorn bucket?
Yes.
Do you see the popcorn bucket?
Kind of.
In there is an array of former tweets of mine. Now, you know that I can tweet and post some very perturbed things.
Raunchy?
Raunchy, yes. So, if you are wrong, you need to draw a slip of paper from said popcorn bucket and tweet or Facebook what is on it. Exactly. You know, writing, I lost a bet. No. You have to put exactly what is on that piece of paper. Hashtags and all.
I don't like this game.
I don't care.
I'm going home.
Bye.
I live 100 yards away.
Don't let the door hit you where hundreds and thousands of years of evolution split you.
I don't get it.
I don't believe in Jesus. That's where I was going with that. So, are you ready?
Sure.
Don't sound so gung-ho about it. Who would like to go first?
I will be tribute.
Thanks.
I tried to stick to a horror, Halloween, spooky, ghoul theme. So,
should I know nothing about?
Ended up, well, it's just numbers.
Okay.
And it's just, you got 50-50 shot.
All right.
So, to you, the television show Bewitched ran for 7 seasons. So that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your goal is to tell me whether it ran for more or less. Is the number of seasons that Bewitched ran higher or lower than 7?
I'm going to go lower.
You are wrong. You.
Fuck.
I was going to say
how many shows go more than like 5 years? What the hell?
Do you know how many it ran?
9, didn't it?
8. 8 seasons.
Okay.
So, see what I did there? I only lowered it by 1, but just enough to fuck with it.
Yep.
So,
statistics lie.
That one wasn't even a statistic. That was just the fact.
Shut up.
Reach into that popcorn bucket, sir, and read out the wonderful, wonderful, hard to swallow tweet that you will be tweeting.
You have to read it on the show and then tweet it.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Man, you price check one vibrator on Amazon on hashtag Amazon and the recommendations just won't stop. Hashtag hard to us.
Yay! See, that wasn't so bad. You would have posted that one.
I would have. I just have to. I don't have a problem doing it on Facebook as long as I can hide them from my mom and my Uncle Frank. I don't care about anybody else.
Your misfact is the original film Halloween was produced on a budget of $300,000. Was the actual budget higher or lower than $300,000?
Lower. Damn it.
I could have called that. Are you
I don't
retarded?
know. I mean, because I don't.
Sorry if I offended anyone.
Any guess on what the actual budget was for the original Halloween?
$5 million.
$382,000.
$325,000.
Oh, you're really fucking with us. You're really fucking
You
with
know what?
us.
Damn it. Damn it. All right.
I tried to give her a
Can you
little
use
hint.
The popcorn
We go ahead
bucket.
and
This involves my glasses.
if you get it wrong, both of you get it wrong, then you're posting each of your own. If one of you gets it wrong, then they're going to the other person.
All three?
Well, there's going to be the next question is going to determine basically who tweets those.
It's just
Okay?
a tiebreaker. The other one's irrelevant, basically.
Right.
All right. It says, swear to God, Jay.
What does it say?
I'm bored and horny. This quite the pre-dick. Ament. Hashtag hard to swallow.
There you go. So, but there might be a way where you don't have to do this. So keep your slips out
You're going down, clown.
Fuck you, Justin. I just met you, and fuck you, Justin.
All
You
right.
met me before. You just don't remember. That's all.
And now I know why.
It'll happen.
Your last question will determine if you get to give me something to tweet and whether you're tweeting 1, 2, or 0 of the comments in your hand. Okay? The highest grossing horror film of all time. Now, this is based on a list, I must tell you, from 2012.
Okay.
So do not include films of the last 2 years.
Okay.
The highest grossing horror film was The Sixth Sense. And it raked in $308.5 million.
Higher.
She says higher. What do you say?
What year did The Sixth Sense come out?
1999.
09.
That's a tough one.
$308.5 million. She says higher. What do you say?
I'm going to have to go with higher.
You are both wrong. The
Really?
actual
Really? That's
Yes.
surprising.
$293.5 million dollars. So, I go off scot-free. Fuck you guys. And you're each tweeting the pieces of paper that is in your hand.
All right.
Aren't you excited to tell everybody how bored and horny you are?
Frickin'
And how
thrilled.
you're shopping for vibrators on Amazon?
I think this is hilarious.
I hope my
'Cause yours
future...
says shopping for vibrators, and mine has the word dick in it, like spelled D-I-C-K. This is perfect.
I hope my future employers
So
don't
what you're
judge
saying
me.
is that it's pretty clear where my mind is all the time.
I did really. Oh my god! I had a funny conversation with somebody about you the other day.
Oh God, what'd you say?
I
What'd you
probably
say?
shouldn't. Something to the reference of going south.
Ooh, eating vagina?
I said you don't do that, but Jay does. I don't know how the name. How you know Jay does? I said he fucking talks about it all the time.
I do love eating me some pussy. I would go trick-or-treating for pussy over candy, and if you know me, that's saying so.
Jay's a giver. What can we say? You hear that?
Be damn sure I'm going to receive afterwards.
You hear that, ladies?
All right. Look for their Twitter accounts. What are you on Twitter? Just at?
It's at my name. I'm not going to give that out, though.
Oh, I will. And you're, I believe, at Jax0505?
Yeah, I think it's Jax V.
Jax V0505?
Yeah.
When I post the episode, your name will be tweeted as a guest anyway. So
You got
therefore...
me. You got me, you motherfucker.
All right, everybody, it's time for... Dream on!
Dream on.
No, that was weak. Dream on!
Dream on.
How often do you recall your dreams?
You don't ever recall all of your dreams. Nobody ever does.
That's why I asked how often do you recall your dreams?
You know what the funny thing about that is? I will like wake up and know. Like sometimes I wake up and know I had like the freakiest, weirdest dream ever.
And then you forget it
And then I
within an
remember
hour?
it like 3 days later. Like what the
That's
dream
true.
was about.
I've done that, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll wake up and I'll know it's super vivid for about a half hour.
But then I do.
And then it's gone.
Like I had a dream a few weeks ago about the restaurant. And it was like the details I remembered about this dream were incredible, but it was hilarious. We have my third shift kitchen manager is like probably one of the most passive guys you'll ever meet in your life. Just
Pussy.
really, no, I mean, no, he's got a really, really mild demeanor. He doesn't get upset. He doesn't get angry. I don't know. For some reason, I had a dream that every light in the restaurant went out except for one. And me and one of my server supervisors were there. And one of the gay guys who works there was there.
Why does he gotta be labeled as a gay guy?
You know
in
what?
these stories?
You'll understand when I finish telling you about the dream.
Jay, because he's fabulous. That's why.
But no, because so me and the server super are like, oh, okay, well, we better try to figure. I'm walking around flipping a bunch of light switches, and the gay guy's running around going, oh my god, the lights are off, hands flailing in the whole bit. This is my dream, mind you. I find the one light switch I hit, and it turns off the only light in the restaurant that's working, and my really low-key kitchen manager is like, what the fuck? And he starts screaming.
You're going to say he's turning off light switches with his butthole.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It was the weirdest dream, but it was so vivid. I woke up and remember like every detail of that dream.
And you ever wonder, like, what the fuck? Why would I dream this? Like, what?
Right?
I took some notes down 3 days in a row of some of these bizarre dreams I was having. One of them involved I was in like Ireland at this castle, and I was on a headset with somebody. It was almost like an espionage type James Bond thriller.
Right.
And I was looking for buried treasure or something on this land. And this guy's giving me a tour. And there was a sidewalk, and we lift up this rock on this sidewalk, and there's layers and layers of like diamonds and jewelry under the stone. And in my head, I knew how fucking stupid I was, because I was like, according to lore, even in my dream, this jewelry was supposed to be there for thousands of years, right? Yet
Right.
it was under a brand new sidewalk. I don't know how. I don't know why. And there was inside of the mansion, there was the ghost of fucking the old bitch from Golden Girls. And she told me that I need to return the jewelry and that it wasn't right. And her fucking daughter was fucking B. Arthur from the fucking Golden Girls too. Like, owned the mansion.
Right.
And it was the weirdest shit. I had one where there was a fucking young runaway girl who I was trying to help, and somebody was beating her. And we found the dream involved fucking Seinfeld and Timothy Oliphant, and there was this huge mystery, and we found out that it was like her older sister that was beating her. And in the dream, I lived with my grandmother in this trailer park, and it was just fucking like, what is happening?
Right. I have a dream book.
Do you keep dream book?
I have a book of dreams that you can read. Like, it'll tell you if you dream about this is.
That's kind of what we're gonna go over.
That's witchcraft. You're gonna get burned at the stake.
Really?
It's the right time of year for it.
I should move to Salem.
If nothing else. I think even they look down upon that now. They're like, no, they still do that every year. They burn Winona Ryder every year. She keeps coming back.
We actually watched a movie, and years ago when I was in high school, we watched a movie in a film class called The Lot or The Lottery.
Oh yeah, that's
a really older. It's an old movie.
It was a play originally, I believe.
Okay.
I read the play.
Did you?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like literally, they put a bunch of names into a drawing and draw you out, and then you're sacrificed.
Yep. But I think it's like a process of elimination, isn't it?
Well, yeah, when there's two people in the fucking town, you're like, God damn it, do we really got to do the lottery again? Hey, George! I think there's been enough sacrifice in this town. What do you say we move to Philadelphia?
God, you're a dork.
I don't know where that voice came from.
I don't know either.
Of Mice and Men. It's
What
got
was
to be
it?
from Mice and Men.
Hey, George!
You're doing the voice of George. Or, Lenny. That's it. George.
Your whole life is the voice of Lenny.
Thank you.
Apparently, this same dream with Seinfeld and the runaway girl also involved Samantha from Bewitched. That's why I brought up Bewitched. I've been watching the first season.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been revisiting it. There was another one on here that was really fucking bizarre. Oh, this is the one I don't remember very well. But here's the notes I took for this dream, okay? Apartment ranch party fire pit hit Scott with truck. That's the
Oh,
notes.
what? A park bench?
Apartment ranch party fire pit hit Scott with truck.
Ranches and...
I assume like a ranch, maybe because I was just on the set of that movie that was on a ranch
Okay.
with horses and shit.
Okay.
I don't remember the vivid details anymore, but that was when I woke up. You know how you wake up and you're like, fuck, I'm so fucking... It's not the final wake up of the day. It's the one before that.
Mm.
Yeah. See? I told you. I've been watching that shit. Dude, how hot is Elizabeth Montgomery in Bewitched, though? Fucking grade A pussy right there.
Yeah.
And she
I
has
guess
powers? Fuck yes. Like, she could make my dick so big it'd actually satisfy her. Wiggle that nose, baby. So yeah, what we're going to take a look at is some of the most common theories on what symbols mean what in your dreamscape.
Okay.
So, being chased. What would you suppose being chased would mean?
A lot of stress in your life. But
That's a good guess. This is one of the most common reported dreams, mostly because the anxiety we feel in the dream is so damn vivid. I got gassy. That makes it easier for us to remember. Often the reason for these dreams comes not from the fear of actually being chased, but rather what we're running from. Chase dreams help us to understand what we may be not addressing in our lives that requires more attention. Don't you wish they were just cut and dry?
I wish.
Like, I dreaming that I need money because I have no money.
Right.
That would be perfect. Like, that would be solid gold for me. Like, I am broke. I'm dreaming that I'm broke.
Get like a Scrooge McDuck thing where you're diving into a bunch of money and shit.
There's nothing more. Have you had the dream where you won the lottery? Like, you get all the money for something and you wake up and you're just like, I'm going to kill myself because I have nothing.
I have
You
not.
never had those?
I have.
Really?
I cannot say that I have.
Water. What do you think water means? Piss
It
to bed?
depends on in what context. Are you drowning? Are you...
I would have guessed drowning, that you are struggling with something that you can't get out of. That's my biggest.
If it's drowning, if it's just water, it could just mean like tranquility. I don't know. I mean, because water is very...
Water frequently represents our emotions or our unconscious mind. The quality of water, clear versus cloudy, calm versus turbulent, often provides insight into how effectively we are managing our emotions.
Huh.
Have you had dreams involving water?
Not that I can remember. I don't ever remember my dreams, though, so that doesn't help.
Most of my dreams involve vodka or whiskey.
Right.
Are you swimming in whiskey?
That is some brown water. I must have a lot of turbulent issues. Number 3, vehicles. Cars, airplanes, trains, ships.
The need to travel or get... the need to escape.
The vehicles in our dreams can reflect what direction we feel our life is taking and how much control we think we have over the path ahead of us. Vehicles... Are you falling asleep over there?
No.
I keep looking over. It looks like he's trying to lick his own nipple or something. I'm not positive.
Yeah. I almost got it.
Vehicles can give us the power to make a transition and envision ourselves getting to our destination, or highlight the obstacles we think we are facing and need to work through. I can't remember any dreams where I've been on a boat or anything like that, I don't think. But then again, I'm really bad at remembering them.
Right. Clearly, if you had to write them down on your phone.
My dreams always involve people.
Everybody's
And lately,
dreams.
a lot of people who are not in my life anymore. Like people I was friends with 8 years ago.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
It is.
Or dead relatives. Like my grandmother was in that one recently, and it's like, that's kind of bizarre.
Right.
And I remember her very vividly. I've had a reoccurring dream, too, throughout my life. My grandfather was the closest person to me. He died when I was 10. And I've had the same dream or variations of it where he went away and came back. And it was like a fake your death thing, and he's like, oh, he's here again. And it's always really fucking creepy.
I'm sorry. I just...
It's not like a Jesus, he rises again.
No, it's not like he's a Zomgramp. No.
It sounds like it just came right out of a soap opera.
No, it does.
He fell in a lake and nobody found his body. And then 2 years later, they're like, so-and-so's alive.
But really, they killed him during a prostate check.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, yeah. I moved to Texas for a minute and was a grocer, and now I'm back. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what that dream means. Probably just that I miss my grandpa. People in your dreams. What do you suppose people in your dreams mean?
Depends on who the people are.
Seeing other people in your dream often is a reflection of the different aspects of yourself. The people in dreams can relate to characteristics that need to be developed. Specific people directly relate to existing relationships or interpersonal issues we need to work through. Dreaming of a lover in particular is frequently symbolic of an aspect of ourselves from which we feel detached. School or classroom? You ever had one of those dreams where you're in school?
Yes.
Especially naked? No. You're like, you're not supposed to be naked in school? Is that a new development? Or it's a very common situation for people in dreams to find themselves in a school or classroom, often confronted with a test that they aren't prepared to take.
Oh, hey, I just had one of those.
I was saying, that's your everyday life, isn't it?
My midterm exam.
You're
that
living
I was
a dream.
Hey, I got an 86 on that, by the way. I was so freaked out about this exam.
I thought 86ing something was out the door.
No, my percentage was an 86.
Isn't that what they say though?
Yeah, well,
Is it 86
that's
something? It's like,
that's
yes.
restaurant lingo. Yeah. we literally have
86 your
we
test.
literally
Good
have
job.
like an 86 board.
This is a great example of a dream pun. The mind using a word or concept and giving it a different definition. The lesson or test we face inside the school or classroom is frequently one we need to learn from our past, which is one reason these dreams are often reported by people who have long since finished school.
Huh.
You're in a fucked up situation if you have one of those dreams, because you're like, oh, is it actually related to school, or is it symbolic of something? Because
No, that's just my life every day. It's not even a dream. It's
paralysis. You ever hear about those stories? People who are like, oh, a lot of times abductees suffer from like sleep paralysis. They think that they're being abducted because they're being held down, but it's just their mind's awake, but their body's not, kind of.
I figured it was just aliens putting probes in their anus or something.
And what do those probes taste like?
How the hell would I know?
We know you're the guy who cleans them. That was good.
You?
Hey, George, hand me the next one.
Yeah, that's me.
That wasn't a probe. That was your penis.
Oh, God.
Damn it. Paralysis. Unknown to most people, the body is actually encountering a form of paralysis during dreaming, which prevents it from physically performing the actions occurring in the dream. Thank God, huh? I watched an Unsolved Mysteries where a guy just took off running one night in his sleep because he was like dreaming about a race he was doing the next morning and just ran in front of a semi. His paralysis did not work properly, apparently.
How do you know he was dreaming? How do you know he was dreaming about a race?
Well, that's what they assume, because he literally was getting up 2 hours from then to go participate in a marathon that he had been training for. Well, no one knows, Jax, because the show's called Unsolved Fucking Mysteries.
You know what they say about assuming, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Grandma. Jesus. She brought that one up in my dream, too.
No problem, son.
All these 1920s sayings that I fucking had. Therefore, dreaming about paralysis frequently represents the overlap between the REM stage, REM, rapid eye movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And waking stage of sleep. Dreaming about paralysis can also indicate that the dreamer feels he or she lacks control in their waking life. You ever had a paralysis dream?
Not that I can think of. I don't remember my dreams half the time, so I can't help you.
You could be so gay and not even know it. He's like, every single night you go to bed, you just dream about 16 cocks blowing them in a chain. And then you wake up and
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, like, that's not something I would dream about.
You wake up and you forget. You keep lying to yourself.
I hope not.
I had freaky dreams when I was
I
pregnant.
thought you were going to say I had the 16 cock dream.
No. I had freaky dreams when I was pregnant.
You hear that sometimes, too.
I had some really, really freaky dreams. They were
Have
weird.
you ever looked into that to see why that would be?
No.
It's all witchcraft anyway.
Damn you, Winona!
Right.
I bet there's
The
probably
Craft.
some.
Remember that movie, The Craft?
That was fucking so bad, though. I wanted to fuck all of them, but that was a terrible movie.
But yeah, the snakes kind of freaked me out a little bit.
You ever dream about death?
Yes. I have.
Are you gonna cry? Why are you
No.
crying? She's like,
Oh, no,
yeah.
I just yawned.
Oh, she's like, yeah, I do. Although death is often perceived as negative, it's often more directly related to dramatic change happening for the dreamer. The end of one thing in order to make room for something new. Have you ever had the falling dream?
All the time.
He said,
That's the one he remembers.
That's the only thing I remember. If it's a falling dream, I remember it, but that's about it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm at a Tom Petty concert, and he just keeps singing that song.
What about recurring dreams?
I
Do
told-
you have recurring dreams?
I told you one of mine. You weren't fucking listening, apparently. I have a recurring dream that I'm killed in a car accident.
You've never told me this.
A
I've heard
minute
this
ago I told you
before.
one about my grandpa.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
But I have a recurring dream where I'm in the back seat of a car. I am kind of leaned in the middle of the two driver seats, or the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Oops. Two driver seats. Sorry, George. And I cannot see the faces of the people who are in the front seat.
Well, because you're in the back seat. Duh.
But I'm leaned forward speaking to them.
Okay.
Did that have you all freaked out when we went down to the prison with Mad Pappy and...
No, luckily I was in the front seat.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Me and Lewis got the back.
I do have a weird back seat phobia though. Sometimes I'll get that vibe oh God, and then I'll just cry in the fetal position.
Right.
So if I ever do that in the back seat of your car, that's why. But yeah, I have a recurring dream where we die in a car accident, and I can never tell who's driving, so I don't know who to be aware of.
Huh.
Don't get in the car with me. I'm a terrible driver.
What kind of car is it?
I don't know. No idea. But there's a weird thing about my birthday too.
Because if it's a white Pontiac.
Yeah. No, I'm already inside of the car, but there's always a weird reference to my birthday. I always get the vibe that it's my 30th birthday.
Well, you got some
you're
time.
Gonna be what?
You got
28
some
this
time.
year?
Don't worry about
Are you
it.
28 this year or 29?
Yeah, December I'll be 28.
28.
Yeah,
I know when your birthday is.
I'm gonna be dead, so at 30. So we'll see.
I won't let it.
How about you?
happen.
Recurring? You asked for a reason, obviously.
Yeah, I just was curious.
So what is yours?
It's not really a dream per se, as it is I'll be falling asleep and it'll seem like the ceilings to my bedroom just keep getting smaller, then they go back out. And this is a dream I've had since I was a kid. It's just the weirdest. Yeah, it's weird.
How
it's
do you feel in
the
the
ceiling
dream?
starts as a square, confused.
Not scared or
No, just confused.
Just
and then
why
I'm
is he doing
why
that?
am I dreaming
Why is
this?
he doing that, George?
And
oh, look, it's back again, George.
yeah, since I was a kid, the ceiling would just start as a big square, and then it would just get smaller and smaller, and then it would expand again, and then it would get smaller and smaller.
Maybe it's symbolic of how you're a square trapped in a circle, man. Or
Oh my
maybe
God.
it's all the fucking drinking and LSD you did.
Thanks a lot, Cheech.
No, but you know what? You just reminded me of this. One of my regulars at the restaurant tells.
Sam Kinison?
No, but his joke. He's always like, "How many Vietnam vets does it take to screw in a light bulb?" He's like,
None
"You
of
don't
them
know. You weren't there, man." And every time he tells that joke, I crack up laughing because it's hilarious.
Just one, but the bulb really has to want to change.
Oh, let's start with how many mice does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh, God. Not what? How many?
2, but nobody knows how they got in there.
I don't get it.
Mice screwing in a light bulb.
Oh, I get it. I get it now.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, sorry, George. I'm a little slow
He's like, I'm cutting that from this podcast. That's gone.
I don't really enjoy sex jokes. They upset
How
me.
can you say this with a fucking straight face?
They upset me, Jax.
You know what?
I'm a sweet Christian boy.
Okay.
And I'm 6'5".
Oh my God, I'm on fire.
And I'm...
Number 8, flying. Not fishing. Nope.
Fly fishing.
Flying in a dream and how effectively or poorly it's done relates to how much control we feel we have in our lives and whether we are confident and able to achieve our goals. High flying is one of the more euphoric dreams imaginable, while flying or skimming low to the ground or being caught in obstacles like power lines can be immensely frustrating. I bet. I fucking fly through a puddle, George.
Where is this voice coming from?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
gonna
doing the
keep.
voice of Lenny.
I've just never heard you talk like that before. It's
Me
kind of
neither.
funny.
I'm gonna do entire shows in that voice.
You
Hey,
know-
everybody, welcome to Hard to Swallow. Today, my guest is George.
Do you know who Kevin Matthews is?
No.
He was a DJ on LAV for years. He had all these different characters that he did on his show, but they were all him.
Number 9, falling. Not all falling dreams are scary and negative.
That's bullshit.
Some dreamers report a type of slow falling that indicates serenity and the act of letting go.
Huh.
Often, falling uncontrollably from a great height indicates something in waking our life that feels very much out of control. I think it means our waking life, but it says in waking our life.
Right.
Having a funeral for yourself.
They probably watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2 one too many times.
10, nudity. Emotional or psychological exposure or vulnerability is very often expressed in dreams through nudity. I do have a lot of dreams where it's just me masturbating. Is that weird?
Those aren't dreams.
And then I
Jim.
wake up and I'm actually masturbating.
Those aren't dreams.
I really got to close the curtain. The body part that's exposed.
I really got to stop walking by your bedroom window at night. What the fuck?
Walking by, you're not standing.
I'm really more of a morning masturbator. But my morning's like 1 p.m. So
Yeah, but it was perfect when I worked third shift. I just get out of work and feel like I'm going to go stroll my J's.
I need a show this morning.
That's just creepy. Ew.
You're like, Killian, no! Run, buddy, run!
He's getting the peanut butter out.
It's okay because it's your dog.
Justin, what's wrong with you?
You've never seen
Peanut
not
butter and
Road
dog
Trip.
fucking comes up
You've never
way
seen
too
Road
often on this
Trip?
show.
You've never seen Road Trip. Come on.
Probably.
Did you skin a cheetah? The body part that's exposed can give more insight into the emotion that our dreams are helping us to understand. Babies. What the fuck do you suppose babies mean?
Innocence.
That's a good.
Fresh start.
He's looking at you, kid.
A fresh start.
Dreaming of a baby often represents something new. It might be a new idea, a new project at work, new development, or the potential for growth in a specific area of your waking life. Food. That means I'm hungry, George.
Right.
Food symbolizes energy, knowledge, or nourishment, and is directly related to our intellect, emotions, and spirituality. Food can also be a manifestation of idioms like food for thought. You gotta be a real fucking idiot, don't you? Be like, yeah, food for thought means real food, George. And reveal that we may be hungry for new information and insights.
Huh.
I've never been hungry for insights. I have been hungry for Pop-Tarts.
Sounds about right.
Pop-Tarts.
Pizza. Pussy. We talked about the pussy.
Yep.
Yep. House. This is a vague one. You ever dream about a house?
Doctor house or a building?
The fuck is a doctor house, Justin?
It's a
What's
TV
that guy's
show.
name? What is it? What's that guy's name?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. Thank
It's like,
you.
what the fuck is a doctor house? I'm thinking structure. How ironic, considering my life has none. Houses frequently represent the dreamer's mind. Different levels or rooms may relate to different aspects of the individual dreamer and different degrees of consciousness. This often means that Justin enjoys penis in his butt and around his mouth.
No, it doesn't.
So,
You're a
no,
liar.
it doesn't. The basement often represents what has been neglected or what the dreamer is not aware of in his or her waking life, while bedrooms relate to intimate thoughts and feelings. What if you fuck in the living room? Could the living room also mean sexuality and intimacy?
Probably.
I fucked in that chair and that chair.
Nice.
I don't want to sit in this chair now.
Why do you think the sheet's down?
Well, that's
I
unfortunate
figured that.
because you're probably stuck to it.
How am I going home?
You ain't going nowhere, big boy. Happy Halloweeny
Oh, God.
in your tight bikini.
Oh, you're such an asshole.
Sex, everybody's favorite dream. Sex. What do you suppose sex dreams mean?
Forever unclean.
Besides the ones that he represses about being homosexual.
Thank you. God.
I don't know.
Do you have sex dreams?
I have had sex dreams.
You have had or you do have?
I have had.
How often?
I don't know.
I would say I probably have one once a week.
I don't have them that often. But when I do, they're usually pretty lewd and lascivious.
Whoa, you got some the whips and chains, handcuffs, smack a little booty up, whip my belt, scream help. Yeah, you got that shit out.
Yeah, get the whole Christian Grey thing going on. No.
Oh, what?
I'm kidding.
What was he?
I feel I'm turning red on the radio show.
Almost as
Oh
red
my
as
God.
Justin's sphincter. Damn it.
Wow, you're obsessed with Justin's anus.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought.
Right?
What the hell?
I was really hoping you wouldn't show up so that we could be alone.
Hey, I texted you and said, go ahead and start without me.
Thank God we didn't. God damn. I don't feel safe here anymore.
I would have finished long before that. Sex in dreams can simply be an outlet for sexual expression, but dreams about sex can also symbolize intimate connections with oneself. I do that often. And others, not as often. And the figurative integration of new information. So figurative integration is like penetration? Is that so symbolic?
Sure.
My penis going into that vagina in that dirty dream I had is me being injected with new information. If I'm studying math homework, I'm going to have a dream about a man juicing equations all over my tits.
Ew.
Oh, man. Yay,
Now
pie.
I want to go home and study. No.
Yeah, they call it pie for a reason, right?
Oh.
Despite the commonly shared... Oh, nope. Despite the commonality shared by many dream symbols, it is important to point out that only the dreamer can truly interpret the meaning of their own dream and how these symbols and their meaning may connect to the specific events occurring in their waking lives.
Wow.
So do you believe any of these, or is this people just making up bullshit?
I don't know. How can you really tell?
Can you analyze 100 dreams that are similar and find a through, basically?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Did you hear the story about I don't know if I discussed it maybe with you, the guy who has appeared in numerous dreams?
You've mentioned him, yeah.
He's appeared in the dreams of countless people.
Really?
And they all can describe him and have him drawn, and they do police sketches. And
It's probably the...
It's Jay.
It's Renee Zellweger.
Oh, God.
It's the mafia guy from The Simpsons.
I'm suing all your fucking asses.
I'm going to sue you for being in your fucking dream.
You took my likeness, you son of a bitch.
$50 million for this, $50 million for that. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm crying from laughing because that was...
But no, they're trying to figure out who the man is. I think it's just called thisman.com or something. You can Google it. Google creepy dream man, and everything that's not Freddy Krueger is going to be that guy.
Really?
Basically. We got one more interview. We're going to go back to the Haunt to talk to one of the casting directors and event directors, Jeff Veley. Do you know him too?
I do not.
Jeff Veley, be right back. Over to you, Jay. Can you throw it to yourself? Is that creepy?
Over to you, George.
Take it away, George. Jay Bidwell here, still live from the Haunt. Now sitting down with Jeff Veley, one of the casting guys. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Good. How long have you been working at the Haunt?
Oh, I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, so 10 years.
Wow. Damn, almost as long as the guy who started it.
Yeah, Jim and I have known each other for a long time, and as a teenager, it's fun to be able to jump out there, scare, and do a lot of things, and so this has been home. I took off a few years to go work, but, you always stay connected. Once you have the haunted house bug bite you, you're always coming back for more.
So what do you look for in the talent who come through these doors?
You're looking for folks not only that can pop out and scare, anybody can jump out from behind a corner, but you're looking for those folks that can read and smell fear and that they can...
I thought you were just going to say you can read.
No
illiterate bastards around here, please.
And that helps too. But folks that can really look at a group and assess, who's the best target, those that can really take the psychological approach to scaring and really play on different people's fears. And a lot of folks think, hey, I really need to know somebody in order to tell what they're afraid of. Not really. A lot of our folks here, they can spend a few minutes with you or even a few seconds in a room, look at what your eyes are looking at, what you're reacting to, and then they just play off of that the entire time you're in front of them.
There are some very, very dedicated folk out there, let me tell you.
Certainly.
They even jumped at my big ass, so I don't think they're frightened of much.
Not much.
Say I'm hired as an actor. What am I told?
Sure. We have several different training days where we come in and we're working on different types of scaring. The most common one folks think of when they think of a haunted house is the pop scare, where you're jumping out, boo, rah, you're right in front of your face. But there's a lot of other things that are just scaring. Now, if you went through every room here and we had someone popping out in front of you, yelling something, that's going to get old after a while, and that's not playing on all of your different senses. We want to play with your sense of smell, your sense of sight, your sense of hearing. We want things that are going to rub up against you a little bit. Not our actors, but different props and pieces of the set that are going to make you feel uncomfortable. Different textures even on the floor. We teach our actors creep scares, which is something from afar. That's something that never comes really close to you, but it's that anticipation of what if the thing at the end of the hallway moves and comes towards me? What will I do? How will I react? And it's that mental trip that you're putting yourself through about preparing for that.
Can I tell you my favorite one?
Yeah, for sure.
Spoiler alert. Anybody listening who has not gone through yet. There's a moment where you walk through and there's kind of a cage to your left. And there's somebody, I believe they're in a straitjacket, kind of a mental patient, kind of leaning up there, really calm, collected, just kind of looking at you. And when you walk around the corner to the other side of the cage is when they go batshit nuts.
Yeah.
And I love that because they're there, you know they're there, and you take it for granted. That look how calm they are. But as soon as you come around that corner, and you're like, mother, why?
Yes. And what you're doing is we're conditioning people to expect a certain kind of behavior, and then we turn the tables on them and just screw with them.
I love that because that's straight out of a horror film.
Right.
That instant, like, oh, see, that person, they just snapped. I don't know what they're capable of.
Yeah. We have certain rooms, too, in the show where we're not scaring you. And people say, oh, there's nothing scary in here. And that's purposeful because what happens is you put your guard up. I used to work security, and your whole shift, I have to be ready to react to something if something happens. And so, but what you want to do is you want to get people to let their guard down in those rooms where there's not much happening, where they're looking around, and all of a sudden, boom, in the next room, we're going to nail you again. It's a setup.
Well, the forest set, too. There was just enough going on to where I couldn't tell what was like moving and what wasn't.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a dummy or is that a person? Is there something in the tree moving? I couldn't even tell at that point.
Yes, there's lightning. There's things on the floors. There's a path that you have to follow. There's little lantern lights that are going to catch your eyes. There's people popping out. And so that's one that definitely your senses just can't keep up with the amount of things going on in the room.
Favorite moment from your 10 years here? Do you have
favorite
one?
moment? Okay, I would say one of my favorite moments was I think it was my first or second year, and I was a clown in a hallway. And half of my body was completely black. The other half, I was almost like Two-Face from Batman, where my costume was split. So I was blending in with a black wall, and then all of a sudden I would turn, and it would look like this clown would materialize from the wall. And I had these two guys. They were each like 300 pounds. No lie, no exaggeration. Big dudes, right? I'm a big dude, but these guys were big dudes too. And they came through, and I heard this whimpering and this rubbing against the walls. And what it was is they were holding each other as they were walking through the show so tight because they were scared. I mean, leather jackets, tough-looking dudes. I mean, and as they got closer to me, and I watched out of the corner of my eye, they're crying. Now, they can't see me yet.
Right.
They have no clue I'm there. So I slowly turn. And I'll never forget this scare. Like I said, this is like 8-9 years ago. I'll never forget this. As I turn, I just moved very slow. And the one guy said, man, dog, you don't understand what we've been through. And I'm like the second room from the end.
You don't understand
right?
what
So
you're
they're
about
almost
to go
out.
through.
Right, exactly. And he says, please, man. He's like, don't scare me. So I put my arm out, gesturing that it's safe to go to the next room. They think they're home free. All of a sudden, I push off from the corner I am with my arms and my legs, launch my body towards them. They drop to the floor, both of them. I wound up jumping over them to the hallway behind them to push them forward so they're not blocking. 2 300-pound guys with large jackets on falling. The way they fell, they couldn't get up. They were wedged between the walls. And they were scrambling. It took these guys, I would say, 20, 30 seconds to get up off the floor because it was just constantly scrambling. And they ran out of their full tilt and, just bawling their eyes out. And I'll never forget that moment. That's a trophy for us as actors.
Did you roll back the footage and laugh your ass off?
Yeah, we didn't have a camera in that room. I wish that would have been awesome. I would have loved to, it would have been a great YouTube clip.
They told nobody about that. Their story went very different when they got home, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we didn't jump at anything, man. It was fine, yeah.
So, are you frightened of much?
No, it's interesting going through here. All 10 years except for one, I would always walk the show before we'd open. I knew where everything was. But 2 years ago, I took some time off to do another job, and I thought, you know what? I want to go through and get a patron's point of view. I don't want to know where anything is. I don't want to know anything about it. And I walked through, and they got me 2 or 3 times. And when you know the haunted house industry, you can walk through any show anywhere, and you can kind of tell what's going on. You just sense it. It becomes kind of second nature to you. And so that was really cool. It was a really neat experience to be able to see that. So there's that, and then every once in a while, while I'm making a call on the radio, I'll come around a corner and an actor will get me. So I have probably, 2 or 3 people that make me jump a week, and so it's not much, but it seem to be the same individuals, and they know exactly how to get me.
Is there anything you've always wanted to see in the attraction that Jim will not allow you to do?
There's certain things as far as you look at physical limitations of people. So there's something things.
The customers or the
well, a little bit of both. One thing that I've really wanted to do, and we tried this to kind of a mild version of this, is to get people to go into a room that's disorienting, almost like as a kid when you get lost in a cornfield, and then think that you've turned 180 degrees and you're now walking through the show backwards. The reason why we can't do that is because people will literally, so we would design 2 rooms that are alike, and it would look like they're walking through backwards. Well, the problem is they would actually turn around and would actually walk through the show backwards and run into the next group coming through.
Yeah.
So there's not really a way to do that. But I thought that would be really trippy to think, oh my gosh, I just turned all the way around. Like, what happened? And then everything, for the next 2-3 rooms would be totally disorienting, and folks would feel like they're totally trapped and lost in here.
I got to tell you, the 3D is disorienting enough.
Yes.
It's amazing what you can do with some neon paint, isn't it? Like, that is incredible to me.
And you don't even have to wear the 3D glasses in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even without the glasses, it's disorienting, and it's kind of funny. Sometimes there's certain actors that are so well hidden in the show that we walk through as directors, and we've got flashlights, and sometimes we don't even see the people because they're blending into the wall, and the actor will say, hey, you missed me, come get me for my break. And so that's always kind of funny. It goes to show, we've got some talented folks that know exactly where they fit, and they do their job well.
So I asked Jim, I got to ask you, elevator pitch. You have 1 floor to pitch the show to somebody who's never been here. What do you say?
Someone that's never been here, if you want to scream, stimulate your senses, and really see what it's like to be on edge for about an hour, come show up. You will not be disappointed.
And how long do you think you're going to be with the haunt? Forever.
We all have gone through different things. I went off and directed a couple different traveling shows. I work as a speaker during the daytime, and so sometimes I get really tied up during October. But no matter what I have going on, I always find myself here. So I think that as long as I can, I will be here in some sort of capacity, whether that's popping in for 1 or 2 nights and scaring the crap out of people, or whether that's kind of taking the reins with Jim and helping run things as a director. I always see myself being involved.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate you talking to me.
We'll scare you later.
We interrupt this amazing podcast to bring you a special news bulletin. Your mother's a whore. More at 6.
Seriously? What fucking year is this?
Who the hell are you?
Jeremy from Married with Podcast from CouchPotatoNation.com. You asked me to do this?
All right. That podcast where you talk to your wife. Most dudes actually spend eternity trying to avoid conversing with their wives, but I guess your way works too.
Why did I agree to this?
You know what else is bomb ass?
Oh, God. Well, according to the script in my hands that you wrote, I'm supposed to say, speaking of podcasts, don't you run a podcast too, Jay? A funny one? The funniest one I've ever heard? Jesus. How many special needs kids wrote this shit?
Just read it.
Hard to Swallow with J.J. Bidwell is your one-stop shop for filth, celebrity gossip, and Jay's twisted take on current events. Now available on Stitcher, iTunes, and of course, CouchPotatoNation.com.
That's an excellent point, Jeremy.
And if you want all this, minus this jackass, Married with Podcast is for you.
Let's actually just stick to the lines that are written.
CouchPotatoNation.com. Awesome, funny, and judgment-free.
Your mom is free.
You know what? Fuck this shit.
Hey, where you going, bro?
Go fuck yourself, Jay!
Damn it.
So huge thanks to Jeff and Jim for talking to me today. If you're in Grand Rapids, make sure you check out The Haunt. Very cool shit, very creepy. Don't forget, check me out at the Bob as a zombie. Come on out, get drunk, get crunk. We'll have some fun. I wonder if I can get drunk while I'm working. That'd be sweet. I mean, hey, it'll help my zombie walk
So you
immensely.
fall down the stairs at the Bob and everybody thinks it's just part of... Look at the zombie fell. Yay!
They have a fucking net in the bottom of that place now. Have you seen that?
It looks like the zombie broke his neck. Great. You got a limb that's all like...
I'm gargling blood. They're like, oh my God, it's so creepy.
It looks so real.
Make sure you check us out. iTunes, Stitcher, jbidwell.com, facebook.com/peonpods, tweet at bidwellfog, email bidwellfog@yahoo.com. Fuck, Musings of a Geek, Couch Potato Nation, goddamn, Player FM, YouTube. Our fucking YouTube. Damn.
Nice.
You can't escape us this Halloween season, motherfuckers.
Right.
We will eat your souls. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Such assholes. Thanks, everybody. Go fuck something.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.